There are stories in history that seem clear. Until you look closer, stories that people repeat for generations, never questioning what lies beneath them. And then, there are stories like this one, a narration attributed to Jafar al-Sadiq told to his companion al-Mufaddal, about the fate of Al-Hussein ibn Ali, but he did not present it as history. He called it a secret. It began with a question. Al-Mufaddal, seeking understanding, turned to his master and asked, what truly happened to Al-Hussein? Was he killed, as people believe, or was something else hidden behind what the world saw? The answer did not come lightly. This, said Jafar al-Sadiq, is a secret of God, known only to the chosen. And with that, the familiar story began to change, according to this narration. When the enemies gathered around Al-Hussein, believing they had cornered him, something extraordinary took place. The man they saw was no longer what they thought, for Al-Hussein, it is said, left his body as easily as a person removes a garment. No struggle, no resistance, just departure. And in that moment, he was raised beyond them, beyond their weapons, beyond their reach, beyond their understanding. Yet what followed is perhaps even more unsettling. God, we are told, was angered, not with a small anger, but with a force so immense that the heavens, the earth, and the mountains themselves could not compare to it. And still, nothing happened. No immediate punishment, no sudden destruction, only silence. Why? Because power does not always rush, because judgment is not always immediate, because sometimes the delay itself is part of the test. As Al-Hussein journeyed toward Iraq, another layer of the unseen unfolded. The narration describes encounters, not with ordinary men, but with the unseen, with messengers, with beings who moved between worlds. And on the day when the armies finally gathered, when the lines were drawn and the air was thick with inevitability, something happened that shook even the most hardened among them. A figure appeared. He walked through the ranks of soldiers without resistance. No guard stopped him, no one challenged him, until he stood face to face with the commander Umar ibn Saad. Who do you intend to fight? The man asked. Al-Hussein, came the reply. And then, the question that shattered certainty, would you fight the Lord of the worlds? In that moment, fear spread. Something was wrong, something they could not explain, something they did not understand. They tried to seize him, tried to strike him down, but before they could act, everything collapsed into confusion. And when they regained themselves, he was gone. What followed is perhaps one of the most human parts of the story. They searched for an explanation, not the truth, but something that felt safe. It is magic, they said. It had to be, because if it wasn't, then everything they believed would begin to unravel. And so, reassured by their own denial, they prepared for battle. The first arrow was raised. The first act of violence was set into motion, and with it, the illusion was complete. They believed they were fighting a man. They believed they had power. They believed they understood what was happening. But according to this narration, they never reached him, not truly, not in the way they imagined. And so the story does not end with victory, nor with defeat. It ends with something far more unsettling. A warning, keep this secret, said Jafar al-Sadiq, for not everyone is ready to hear it, because some knowledge is not meant for everyone. Some truths are hidden, not because they are weak, but because they are too heavy to carry. And now the story rests with you. Was it literal? Was it symbolic? Was it something in between? Or perhaps the real question is this: how much of what we call history is only what we were able to see, and how much of it was never meant to be understood at all?